Hi, it's Dr. Tara here with Fully Alive Family Chiropractic, here to talk today about movement. So, a little more casual, and because we are ready to move. Our body and our brain is fed through movement. And so I just want to encourage you to, again, shake it out, move your body, feel free to stretch, feel free to get up, feel free to do squats, do whatever you need to while you are listening to this video or watching this video, because we are created to move. That is our third pillar at Fully Alive. We've got a fully alive nervous system, right? Connected brain and body. That's a key piece, a foundational piece to living fully alive. Secondly, we need a fully alive gut. We need nutrition that is feeding our gut, helping it heal, giving it everything it needs. And then thirdly, we need to move our body, which feeds our brain, feeds our body, keeps us energized, helps us do the things, stay strong so we can do the things that we love to do. And lastly, fully alive mindset. Which we'll go into. Not today though. So we're going to start with movement. Let's talk for a minute first. When you think about your grandparents or even your great grandparents, how many hours a day were they actually sitting? What do you think? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe 3 hours a day. Right? Everything else, their life was just motion. Bigger question. How many hours did you sit yesterday? Eating, in your car, at work, driving home, if you watched any TV, if you were on your phone, right? How much of that was seated? Was it over 3 hours? Most people, it is way over 3 hours. For most people, it is, sorry, I've got messy hair. Most people, it is way above the 3 hours, right? It is usually close to 7, 8, 9, sometimes way above that. And that's a problem, right? That's why they're calling sitting the new smoking, because it is impacting our bodies. So I just encourage you right now, stand up, stretch, move your body. We need to move. Our spines feel so much better, right? Think about a day when you just sat all day. You might have been watching an awesome movie series, did a movie marathon. Did you have more energy? You didn't spend it, expend it. But no, we feel more tired, right? Because motion is life. Motion is what we're created to move, and we feel better, we function better, we move better, we live longer when we move our bodies. So this is going to be very basic. These workshops that I have on here are a little bit more of the surface level when it comes to our 4 pillars, because every month we have a guest speaker who digs in deeper. And so I just want to give you more of the overview so you can take one thing that you can start implementing until you can get to one of those other workshops. And at these other workshops, you can just keep building and be reminded, oh yeah, I got to move more. Oh yeah, I'm sitting too much. So we're going to talk about 3 main areas that we need in order to have your spine at its healthiest, ways that we can move our body. So first is our posture. Posture is key, right? When we look at someone's posture, it's one of the first things we check on new patients, because it is a window into the spine. Right? If you have a low shoulder, you have a head tilt, anything like that, those are indicators. Get into a chiropractor, get checked, see if they can help. Posture is important. So if you are sitting, how are you sitting? We have so many patients ask us, what's the best kind of chair? The best kind of chair is an uncomfortable chair, so that you actually sit less, right? The more comfortable, the more you can, the longer we'll be there. So sitting in a decent chair, a lumbar support can help. Sitting on, they make little, either with air or foam, pads you can sit on that make it a little more unstable. That can be really great for your posture because you have to use the postural muscles. So can sitting on an exercise ball or the chairs with the exercise ball. You know, exercise ball on its own, you can't do that all day. Your back will get really tired, but you can for periods of time. And that will force you to have to sit up straight. So let's assess right now. Okay, sit back where you were. Where are your feet? Where are you putting weight on your butt? Where are your shoulders? Are they forward like mine right now? Or are they over top? Right? Can you tip your pelvis a little? Can you play with that till you get where you're in a really neutral place between extreme extension and flexion? Can you put your shoulders over top, but have it feel comfortable? And can you get your ears over top of your shoulders? And how does that feel? Now, it may be hard to get it there. You may have to go forward and then back. You'll hear people, the double chin. Sometimes that's not your ideal place. So it's forward, lift, and then pull back. Kind of lifting, lift at the sternum, lift at the top, and just get that better posture. And now, ideally, we could sit in this posture, stand in this posture, move, but we know we're going to be on a phone, we're going to be on a computer, we're going to be pulled forward. Gravity will keep pulling. And so one of the best things you can do to combat that, knowing it's going to happen, is taking a posture break. So I want to encourage you right now to take a posture break. We're going to open up your arms, and then you're going to tip the head up. And ideally, you're going to hold that for 30 seconds. So keep holding. I'll keep talking. Doing a posture break like that every hour will help. Another thing you can do is against a wall to see where is your posture. Put the back of your shoulders, back of the head, and do an angel. So like you were doing an angel in the snow on your back when you were a little kid, but you're doing that against the wall, pushing against the back of the head while you bring your arms down and back up. That's going to help improve your posture. Just like, think about, we go to the dentist, and we know before we go to the dentist, ideally, as soon as we get teeth, we are brushing them and flossing them, right? Especially once we start eating more solids, we're going to be flossing and brushing. We need to do a similar thing with our spine. There's always going to be stress on it. So what are we doing to improve our posture, which is like brushing? And then how are we stretching our spine? How are we moving our spine and moving our bodies? Because that's like flossing, right? We know both of those are important for our teeth. We can forget, though, how important they are when it comes to our physical health. So stretching. Right now, let's have you put your ear to your shoulder. You can reach back, traction down, or have the other arm underneath your chair and just lightly tip. Deep breath in and out. Let's go the other way. And out. Another thing you can do is actually cradling your head. First, get it in that good position, cradle, and then just gently. It doesn't have to be big, right? It's just finding that place where it feels good. Give it a little bit of a break. Looking down. Deep breath in, out. Looking up. And we can do that posture break again. Breathing in and out. And then rotating your head. One way, breathe in, out. And then the other way, right? Holding for that whole 30 seconds if you can. Otherwise, a couple of deep breaths. We need to be moving our spine, move our neck. Stepping in through a door to open up the shoulders. That's a great one for your upper back. Bending forward and then rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And then, of course, when standing, bending to touch your toes, tipping back, sliding hands down the legs, all of that, just moving your spine. The more you can move it, the heavier it's going to be. Of course, there are more deeper things we can do. Ideally, we're actually moving every joint. Right? We can have a lot of tension in our wrists and our hands and our feet. So right now, let's do arm circle or hand circles, feet circles, do shoulder circles, right? Neck. This one again, gently. What in your body right now feels like it needs to move? Where's the tension? And you want to recognize it, open that up, and breathe into it. This is also going to help you hold your adjustments longer. It's going to help you feel less like you need an adjustment, but you're just excited. We can work on older injuries, not just the new stuff. And then lastly, how are you moving not only the spinal joints, but your whole body? Let's talk about the spinal joints first. We said with your teeth, you want healthy teeth. You can have healthy teeth your whole life if you care for them. If you don't, and you wait for pain, what are your choices? Similar when it comes to chiropractic, right? If we want a healthy spine, we got to be proactive. We need to move it. Just like we need to brush and floss, we need to work on our posture, we need to stretch. And with our teeth, we also have to see the dentist, right? To make sure, are the teeth healthy? What else can we do? What have we missed? Get a cleaning. Similar when it comes to the spine. There are stressors that may have healed in wrong, right? Different falls, different injuries, they healed, but they healed wrong. That's where we come in. That's where we can help things heal properly, heal aligned. And when that happens, now your body is going to be in a healthier place. You don't have to get arthritis just because you're old, right? If injuries heal properly, they can work better. The body can work better and heal properly and not have problems down the road. So that's why we see so many kids, also because the brain's developing. But if we can prevent arthritis, that's way better than trying to regain health after. Never too late though. We help lots of seniors too because of how gentle we are. It works amazing at all ages. But most of our seniors want to get their grandkids in because the sooner you can catch an injury, the easier it is to heal. When it's been there for 20, 30 years, now some stuff's become permanent and structurally, and so we can't do as much, but we can still help. So we need to move. So we need the joints moving. We do that in a very gentle way at our office. Our focus isn't on moving the bone, but on clear communication. Muscles relax. Muscles are what hold the bone in place. When the muscles relax, the bone can shift and your body can shift things back into alignment. Your posture will improve and your body's going to start functioning better. If you're a patient, that's what you're experiencing, hopefully already. If you haven't or aren't going to a chiropractor, let us know. We can help find you somebody if you're not in our area. So movement, we need the spine moving, but we also need to move our whole body. So walking, one of the best things. Swimming, also super easy on your body, just a little harder to, we can't do it every day, any day. And then, jogging, sports, truly you got to look and say, what do you enjoy? Because what you enjoy is what you're going to do more often. We are created to move. And if you are sitting more than the 3 hours, we need to find more ways to move. Now that might just be that while you're sitting, you are actually doing calf raises, right? Or you are moving your body. It might look a little weird if you work with others, but what ways can you move your body even while seated? Can you get a standing desk? And so when you're standing, some people even at treadmill or go for a walk for a meeting instead of doing it on the phone, staying in one spot, sitting. What can you do? Can you park further away? How can you add more steps in your day? Because that will make a big difference. Oh, and sorry, my video got paused there. So keep moving. Our bodies need motion. We have an incredible instructor at Fully Alive Monthly who's going to dive into more details of moving properly, how we move our feet, how we move our shoulders, how we release tension. You can watch videos, but even better, come in person. These are interactive workshops, and you're going to leave with tools. You're going to leave with tools to stay healthier and stronger, hold your adjustments longer, and just feel better overall. So what did we go over today? 3 things we need to do for healthy movement and a healthy spine and nervous system so we can live fully alive. We need to focus on our posture. That might be the thing that you're going to work on. I want you to think right now, what are you committing to, right? Is it your posture? Are you going to start doing posture checks, right? Are you going to take posture breaks? In the car, you can push against the back of the headrest, bringing the head back. So many simple things. There's different tape you can do to just keep things more open, KT tape. So there's lots of options. You just have to say, wait, what do I really need? What is your body asking for? Is it better posture? Is it more stretching, right? Flossing, right? Our teeth, stretching our spine. We need to keep motion in there. Is it going to the chiropractor? Or is it overall moving your body more? Getting up, sitting less, moving more. Everything matters. Those little things, an extra 2,000 steps, right, can seem little, but in the big scheme of things, it's going to make a big difference. So keep up the good work. The fact that you're watching this means you're interested and you are taking action, but set yourself up to win. One thing I learned is that I make too big a goal sometimes, and then I get discouraged. And so I want to encourage you, set a little goal that you can for sure accomplish. And then you're going to feel that momentum. So it may be, you know what, I'm going to walk for 5 minutes a day, or 5 minutes, 3 days a week. And that might be where you start, and you got to celebrate. And then you're going to expand that, and you're going to continue to add to it. Versus saying, I'm going to walk for an hour 3 times a week. I tried that and I just quit because I couldn't find the time. Do I have the time? I do, but I wasn't making it. It wasn't habit. And so it wasn't happening. But if you can start small and just keep adding and keep celebrating, and if you miss it on a day, then you're going to figure out the next day you're for sure going to do it, because that's going to build momentum, which is going to take us into the next video where we're going to talk about fully alive mindset. And this is really the biggest one, because this impacts how you show up and all the other ones if you show up for yourself to live more fully. You deserve it. You're amazing. Keep up the great work. And if you have any questions, reach out to us at Fully Alive. If you need us to help find a chiropractor, we're honored to do that. If you're a patient, keep showing up, keep moving your body, stretch while you're at the office. We have a lot of patients who will stretch on the table, especially after they get off, kind of a prayer, right? Yoga, Pilates, all of these are amazing ways. For me, I do better if I have structured classes I'm going to. What is your thing? How can you move your body more? How can you be more aware of your posture? And what can you do to keep living more fully alive? God bless.